What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And for today, I have something very special that I've been on a wait list for what seems like an eternity. And finally, I've managed to get a hand on one. And as per the title below, we have none other than Ajmal's Amir 2. And this, you guys, is something very special. And yeah, as you can see, so this is the packaging, and it is made in the UAE. All right. So what we are going to do is we will go through the unpackaging of it. Then I will go over the musing and the notes of Ajmal's UAE website, and then I'll do a perfume experience with you guys. But before we get started, and as per tradition on this channel, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy, or as in my case, cafe. And sit back, relax, and enjoy the awesomeness that about to head your way. Okay, so with that said, let's get started with the unboxing, if you will. And this is what we are looking at. Okay, so let me first show you the inside of this. It's a long message about them hitting 70 years, and there's a special release for their 70th anniversary. So that's what this looks like. And then once you get into the box, you see here it has this nice, what's almost like chiffon material. Okay, and then we have the bottle right here. Okay, and this is what the bottle looks like, you guys. Let me just, and that is it right there. It is stunningly gorgeous, you guys. Very opulent. And yeah, and this is the cap right here. Take it off as such. It's not exactly the best cap, but it'll do. Okay, and yeah, so this is what we have over here for the perfume. Let me see if I can adjust the brightness for you guys, because yeah, there we go. That looks a bit better, I think. All right, so again, just one last view of the bottle. And yeah, this is a beauty, you guys. This is something special, that's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna take a sip of coffee. And then let's get through the musing off of the website. So Amir 2. Introducing the opulent new Amir 2. The following fragrance in Ajmal Perfume's Amir series. Each exquisite drop of its essence is a unique work of Oriental perfume creation. The top notes of the scent begin with opulent floral and spicy tones of rose, geranium, nutmeg, ginger, and pepper. The wonderfully constructed ambery woody tones of cashmere wood, cypriol, patchouli, and amber reverberate throughout the perfume's core. Additionally, its foundation is the traditional Oriental one from Ajmal Perfumes with notes of gurjan balsam, incense, musk, and oud. And then they basically go through how to use the perfume. And yeah. Okay, ingredients. Right, and they do talk about when to use. So maybe we'll do that too now. Winter, 100% natural pure rose water toner, steam distilled from the roses of Kanauj. Spring, 100%, okay, so it's the same. Summer, same. Okay, fall, day, night, okay. Interesting. I'm not sure how the ingredients work, but okay. Maybe the website isn't perfect. Okay. Anyways, so you guys get an idea of what's in it. Okay, so it's much more. It's much more ambery, much more musky and oody compared to the first edition. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this for you guys. Okay. Now the sprayer, if I may say so, is very, very generous. And as you can see, I'm hoping the camera can focus on me. The lighting today, unfortunately, isn't the best. But even though the fluid in the perfume is yellowish, actually on the skin is pretty clear, the imprint. So I wouldn't worry too much about it staining white, but just something to be cognizant of, okay? And the print is about here. And the scent, you guys. Oh my god. This is so regal, majestic, opulent for sure. This says I'm a multi-billionaire, if not a trillionaire or a head of state. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. This is so good, you guys. It's a bit overwhelming because there's so much going on in here. So, in terms of what's in it, let me walk you through. So, first of all, as we've discussed, this has an oriental profile. And now it does say that it starts off with opulent floral and spicy notes, spicy tones, which I do agree with that. You do definitely get the rose and the geranium. You will certainly get nutmeg, ginger, and pepper. That is all there. And then there's ambery, woody tones of cashmere wood, which is there, cypriol, which is there, patchouli, and amber. So all of that is there. And there is a slightly animalic facet to this. Now remember that the oud in here is Indian oud. It is also very incensey, but I'm gonna assume that the base note of this being the traditional oriental from Ajmal, which contains notes of gurjan balsam, incense, musk, and oud, and that's where the animalic is coming from. So most certainly, all of these are here, you guys, and it's just, my god. Now, I don't know if you guys ever traveled to the Middle East. I know some of you that follow me do, but this is a typical smell of the Middle East. And it's not just, well, when I say the Middle East, I mean mainly the Gulf countries. So thinking UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman. And this is what a lot of the guys and gals put out there. And a lot of my business trips, if you go out to the malls or even in the evening, you're gonna smell that scent everywhere, okay? And this is very, very typical of the Gulf countries, which is interesting because Ajmal is originally, and to the best of my knowledge, is an Indian brand, or at least was started by an Indian expatriate to the UAE. So it's fascinating to me how something that's so East Indian becomes Middle Eastern, Arab, in particular Gulf countries based. If any of you know your oud history, oud used to be just burnt in India and not used, and it wasn't until the Arab merchants picked on the scent of it as they were on their trade routes in India that they actually started buying it and utilizing it for scenting purposes. So it's fascinating how something like oud came into existence just out of sheer coincidence, and the same with this brand being Ajmal is literally, you know, and the founder is from India, moved to the UAE for work, and decided to start the brand. So it's fascinating history there that seems to repeat itself, right? Just the sheer coincidence of it. But yeah, this is very typical traditional Middle Eastern Gulf Arab perfumery, but very, very, very elevated, you guys. This is just so sophisticated, opulent, regal. It's it has this air of decor to it. It has this understated air of power, the sort of silent, imposing kind of power that does not need to be loud or obnoxious or overly, visually imposing to demonstrate power. It's just very regal and sophisticated, classy, elegant. All of the good stuff comes to mind in terms of vocabulary when I speak about this. And I love smelling this as it wafts off of my arm because it is stunning, you guys. Okay? So, with that said, in terms of accolades, let's get started with some facts and data around this, okay? Performance wise, I'm gonna go ahead and say this has strong performance. Projection, trail, and sillage are gonna be strong on this, mainly because of the ingredients in it, but also because the carrier here is alcohol. This is an eau de parfum. Yeah, it is an eau de parfum, so the carrier is alcohol, okay? So it will project and perform and have a trail and sillage that's fairly strong, okay? With respect to seasonality, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is versatile enough to wear across all seasons. I've literally smelt this scent profile in the Middle East and outside of the Middle East across all seasons. I think it'll do good in summer and spring, and it'll do good in fall and winter. The only caveat is that rather than spraying, let's say between 2 and 4, let's say 3 and 4 sprays for spring, for summer and spring, for fall and winter, I mean, you only do 2 for spring and summer. Okay, so just cut down a bit of the sprays because the incense in here is very strong, and the last thing you want to do is choke yourself on incense, on the incense note. Okay, so 2 sprays at the most for spring and summer, and you can go 3 or 4 sprays for fall and winter, but otherwise very versatile to wear across all seasons. In terms of time of day, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's versatile enough to wear across the day, but this definitely lends itself more as evening wear, you guys, okay? It just has this mystery and allure to it where it most certainly will do better in the evening. Now, with respect to how you would dress this, do yourself a favor, do everybody else a favor, do the perfume a favor, and dress up formally. 3-piece suit with a nice bespoke shoes, or if you're in the Middle East, make sure to put on your dishdasha and put on your headwear and just, do your thing, whatever the whole, get up is, all right? Because that scent demands it. Semi-formal or casual will not cut it for this. You'd be doing yourself a disservice as well as the scent, and you're just not going to be congruent, okay? You're gonna be this guy that or gal that smells good but doesn't look the part. So it's just, it won't work. You need to dress formally. In terms of the gender spectrum, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is gender neutral, so the ladies can wear it and the gentlemen can wear it. I know Ajmal for sure markets it as gender neutral, so for both genders, and it does have both facets that lean to either masculine or feminine, so you're gonna be fine, be it a male or a female wearing this, and everybody in between. All right. Now, where would you wear this context-wise? So this, given that it's a very opulent, but also luxurious, formal, regal, power, manifesting scent, if you wish, would work very well in a work setting, okay? But also would work well in places that are opulent and luxurious. So again, I constantly reference this on this channel, but if you decide for, to go to Saint-Tropez, let's be more specific, the Dior Cafe in Saint-Tropez in fall, okay? This would be a fantastic scent to take and wear in the setting. Saint-Tropez is very luxurious and opulent depending on the spot you're in. The crowd is bougie. Everybody enjoys the finer things in life. Everybody's spending a ton of money out there to party and have a good time. And you know, wearing this to a spot like the Dior Cafe out there would be fantastic. It would be very congruent. It would be very in tune with the scene and the crowd. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better setting to wear this on. One thing that comes to mind too is perhaps like if you're going to a nice coffee shop that does exotic coffee beans and cafes like myself. This is a fantastic scent to wear while drinking coffee. And I'm such a coffee head and an oud head at this point that the two for me go hand in hand, okay? So this will do very well with, you know, you going out for a coffee date even and sipping on nice coffee in a nice coffee bar. If you're somewhere in Milan, Italy, or if you're just grabbing coffee somewhere in Sydney, Australia, or even if you're grabbing coffee somewhere in the States in New York in a nice coffee shop, or even, you know, I'm gonna take it a step extra, a cigar lounge. This would be a fantastic scent to have on you guys as you are enjoying a Cohiba or a Robusta or any of your favorite cigars out there, okay? So it's such an opulent, luxurious scent that you have to do something that's, you know, that's success oriented, okay? Something that comes with the territory of being financially successful. Something that comes with the territory of having influence, power. Something that comes with the territory of taking action, okay? That's that kind of a scent, you guys. All right? And again, it's so versatile. You can wear it and put it in a lot of contexts, a lot of situations. You won't go wrong with it. But I'll leave it here on this, you guys, just because, yeah, this one is just to die for. It really is. Okay, so with that said, would I recommend Ajmal's Amir to 100%? Yes, get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it. You will not regret it. If you're into musky, incensey ouds with floral, spicy top notes, this one, I blind bought it, and like I said, I had to ask for a friend to put me on the wait list in the Ajmal store in the Middle East. I won't specify the country, and I had to wait for this to be brought over because you can't ship perfumes out of the Middle East just because of the alcohol element being flammable and you know, lighting up during shipping. But it was a blind buy. I went over a lot of the reviews online, which a lot of them, for the most part, were good. Some people were reserved about it, and I can tell from their reviews they're not really into their ouds, musks, and incensey scents. But if you're into oud, musk, incense, and just traditional Middle Eastern perfumery, guys, you need this in your collection. Listen, I'm not getting paid to say this. I just like sharing things I enjoy, okay? You need this, okay? It's not by any stretch of the imagination anything that's new that you haven't experienced before, but it's taken something that's been done before and perfected it, you guys. It is just perfect. I can't even imagine how they would take this to another level later on, okay? So with that said, like I said, highly, highly recommend this one, you guys. So if you haven't smelled it, get your nose on it one way or another. If you have, let me know what your experience with it has been like. And yeah, with that said, I'm gonna wrap it up here, you guys. As per usual, very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.